Now, ladies and gentlemen, Counter-Strike Global Offensive operations. It's really no hidden fact or feature at this point in time that they're extremely profitable and have been proven to be profitable the past 2 years in a row. And of course many others as well, but we're going to use the most recent two, that being Operation Broken Fang, and of course the most recent one being Riptide, to kind of use as an example. Now of course there are many ways you can profit throughout an operation, that being in agents, patches, the cases itself, the skins inside the case or during the operation. But most importantly, and what we're going to look at today from the most recent comments on a lot of our videos, what people want me to review and look over, give my 2 cents. Should you sell some of yours that you have right now? Should you buy into them? And what to look out for future operations? That, of course, being operation stickers. Things like the Battle-Scarred Holo, the Battle-Scarred Paper sticker, the Liquid Fire sticker, the Liquid Fire Holo. Things that have 10x'd in just the past 3 or 4 months. I'm going to give my explanations behind that, and of course, if it's too late to really hop on some of these trends. And well, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, and of course, subscribe for weekly Counter-Strike Global Offensive content. And here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey. Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, Skins Monkey. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with what Skins Monkey is, they are currently the biggest growing Counter-Strike Global Offensive trading marketplace for skins, which is absolutely amazing, with great fees as well. Let's just say you guys have some skins you're really not feeling anymore. Skins Monkey is the best way to trade them. In this trade, to be exact, I actually profited 18 cents, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but considering it's a trading website, it's actually very, very good. Sign up today to get up to a $5 bonus, which is very nice. And if you've never used the website before, well, you can use my code MANDO, go up to the top right, you claim that bonus. And if you guys want to deposit with real life cash or crypto, you get a 25% deposit bonus, which is very, very nice. Now, with some of the most recent content on my channel, like Mando Monday, or I review some other stickers on the market, that being Stockholm and Antwerp, people have also asked me to review operation stickers from the most 2 recent ones. And with an operation most likely coming out in the next couple of weeks, or maybe even today as of viewing this video, we don't really know. I want to take a look at some of the prices before some of those things go down, because when an operation comes out, a lot of these prices are most likely going to fall. I also want to talk about what to look out for in the future. And well, we're going to start off with Operation Broken Fang. In my personal opinion, this was the best operation of all time. It was something new, it was refreshing, had some pretty decent skins, but most importantly had some banger stickers. Now, banger might be a huge thing for Operation Broken Fang, because realistically, there's only 2 stickers that are deemed to be really successful from when this operation came out. A lot of the other ones really haven't gone up really at all in value. The only 2 that have really gone up, obviously you have the Broken Fang Holo that have gone up, the Coiled Strike Holo. These things have gone up, but the most important ones are of course the Battle-Scarred Paper and the Battle-Scarred Holo. These are 2 stickers I hopped on very early on. This was a little even before I did YouTube, and they deemed to be a very successful thing, especially the Battle-Scarred Holo. For an example, the Battle-Scarred Holo was able to be bought for $1 to $2 depending on the website you went on, and when they saw their all-time high, it hit around $7.50 and currently sits at $4.20, so kind of a median in between those 2. But of course, the Battle-Scarred Paper sticker was probably the best investment for a lot of people because of how cheap it was when it first came out. See, the difference between this and the Battle-Scarred Holo is, of course, the buy-in price, and usually for everybody for an investment, you want to spend as least amount of money as possible going into something to make a maximum return. And I would say for most people, this would have been this sticker specifically, but this was a sticker not a lot of people thought was going to be very successful. This was also the first operation we kind of received this new generation of stickers, if that makes any sense. We received 2 really good looking stickers, but also on top of that, we receive a basic paper version and also a holo version, which people really, really like, kind of a transparent sticker. And that of course is an Operation Riptide, but we're going to take a look at these first. For the Battle-Scarred Paper sticker, at a buy-in price of like 30 and 40 cents in the Steam market throughout the operation, it is now $1.60, $1.70 pushing on the Steam market to this day, which is just absolutely crazy. Now for buying into these now, with the market being very high as well and the player count growing, and this is for most of the stickers in today's video, I would suggest maybe not buying into it. I would say it's just you've kind of missed that opportunity. You've missed that boat. Now for the long term of things, sure, it might be really good. You're going to have to stick things out though once a new operation comes out. A lot of these stickers and a lot of previous stickers from even majors are going to drop even more when an operation comes, because everyone's eyes and attention is going to be on the current operation, battle pass, new items that come to the game. So people are going to sell their older ones to buy some of the new things. And then people are going to flip-flop back and forth later on. And the same thing really goes with the Battle-Scarred Holo. I think a lot of people have missed that opportunity to really buy in. I guess one of the pros to the Battle-Scarred Holo and the Battle-Scarred Paper sticker is since they are a little older, they are a little more scarce. Every time they're bought too, they are applied on float.db. according to that anyway, which is actually really good. And since the prices really haven't moved too much, even with the market going up, we can kind of speculate that the price isn't going to drop too much when the overall market goes down even more. And of course, not to say there weren't other great stickers in Operation Broken Fang. There were. These were just really the only standout ones for me and many other people. And you'll kind of see this trend throughout Operation Riptide as well, but also a little differently. There is obviously a whole nother collection with Operation Broken Fang, but these really, in my opinion, weren't very good to start off with. They were extremely high-end price, especially for what they looked like when they were first coming out. Everyone was also talking about them, which wasn't a great thing either. For future operations, you kind of want to go into something that, one, aren't really talked about a whole bunch, have a decent supply, but also a very large demand. And of course, trying to pick those up in a median time where they're not insanely in price, but they're not insanely cheap in price either, which is obviously pretty hard, but it is possible. Now, before we go into Operation Riptide, a couple things to note. With buying some of these stickers right now, and of course for future operations, we're seeing kind of a downwards trend, I would say, in a lot of stickers inside of CSGO. Not all of them, but just some here and there. And that is essentially because of the oversaturation we've had this past 2 years inside of CSGO with stickers. And this is something I've been very vocal about in the CS community. It's maybe not something everyone wants to hear, but essentially if Valve keeps making stickers, especially very similar ones, you're seeing the same thing happen with Stockholm and Antwerp, a lot of people are saying to themselves and people in the community, well, what's the point of buying these stickers, especially if they go 5x or 6x from what they were just a couple months ago when the operation was still on, because in the next operation or the next major, for an example, we're most likely going to get very similar stickers because that's what's making Valve money. And that is a very good point. Another thing is also downtime. We're not having a whole bunch of downtime inside of CS, which I also think is kind of hurting Counter-Strike at this moment. So that's just my 2 cents on, of course, investing and of course buying into some of these stickers right now and of course the future. Now let's hop into Operation Riptide stickers, and let's just say there are quite a few of them right off the bat. Now, a lot of people right off the bat are going to be wondering and have wondered why there are so many successful stickers a part of Operation Riptide. And essentially, there were a lot more stickers added with this operation specifically versus Operation Broken Fang. So the choices you had to invest or buy some of these stickers at the time was very limited. And of course, unboxing them was a lot harder because there were a lot more in a collection or a little bunch you could unbox. So some are very low in quantity, high in price, some have a decent quantity, and also just high in price in general, which is actually pretty good. It shows demand for these things. But a lot of people don't talk about the downtimes of when another operation comes out. This is when a lot of these stickers will fall down quite a bit. And of course, these are some of the stickers we have from this operation just to look over quickly. The Great Foil, Seeing Red, Liquid Fire Holo, Great Wave Holo, Kill Count Holo, which are all very cool. And then of course, very similar to Operation Broken Fang, you have the paper stickers. And of course, the Liquid Fire Paper and Liquid Fire Holo relates a lot to the Battle Scarred Paper and Battle Scarred Holo. Same kind of with the kill count, but it didn't really go up as much, and it's kind of hard to tell right now. And of course, the first thing I want to discuss is very similar to the Battle Scarred Paper, is the Liquid Fire Holo. Now this thing is currently $1.30, has pretty much shot up in price and almost 10x'd itself really ever since it came out at about 10 to 20 cents on the Steam market. Now its all-time high was almost $2, which is really crazy. I would say a lot of that was part of market manipulation and just overall really big hype behind it, but this was proven to be a really good investment. And I would say a lot of that has been to do with strictly the quantity. Now, if these things even came close to something like the Battle Scarred Paper, it wouldn't be very successful, because if you take a look at the quantity for the Battle Scarred Paper sticker right now, it's 1,282, which is pretty high for an operation sticker, but that's mainly to do with because there weren't so many of them, at least compared to Operation Riptide. And these of course are sitting at $1.69. The Liquid Fire stickers, paper ones anyway, 193 on the market for $1.30. If the Battle Scarred Paper stickers were down a lot in quantity, those things would shoot up in price, theoretically. Now my thoughts on investing into a sticker like this specifically, especially in the next operation, for an example, if we get a lot of stickers, it might not be the best route for a lot of people, at least not to put all your eggs in one basket. And this is something I've seen people get burned on the past 2 or 3 operations, even dating back to Shad or Web. And of course, this is pretty much because just because something is low in supply does not mean it's going to be a lot in demand in the future, because it's really rare essentially. Doesn't mean that price is going to be whatever you make it to be. It's going to be what people want to pay for it essentially. So I think personally, if someone were to buy up 100 of these in the market and have 90 left, people are just not going to buy them and of course apply them to a weapon because they're $20 or $30. It's not really going to work like that. People would buy them because they're FOMOing in on the hype and not really buying to apply them. So there's different reasons people buy these stickers, of course. course. And now going to the Liquid Fire Holo, this shot up quite a bit this past year, at it being $1, $2 in the Steam market, $1 for a very long time. This is almost $6, and in its all-time high was $8.62, and a little over that on some third-party websites that you were pretty able to be successful selling them on. Now, this technically is a lot better of an investment than the paper sticker version. I would say one, because it looks a lot better, but once again, you kind of have to think back to the Battle-Scarred paper, Battle-Scarred Holo, and even the Liquid Fire sticker, the paper version anyway. The buy-in point for the paper stickers is so cheap, at least compared to the Holo version. Now, it's not always like that, and it's kind of been proven with this sticker right here, and of course the paper version. So those are just things you really have to look out for. And of course, like the paper sticker version of the Liquid Fire Holo, it's very low in quantity. That's why it's kind of deeming the price to be so high. And these, in my personal opinion, aren't the best looking stickers. That's why comparing these to a Battle-Scarred paper, Battle-Scarred Holo, they aren't very expensive. Because if the Battle-Scarred paper, or even the Battle-Scarred Holo, was this amount of quantity in the market, it would be triple or quadruple the price of $5 right now, just based off of supply and demand, and of course, people applying them to a weapon. So all four of those stickers we just looked at were extremely successful. And how you can look out for something in the next operation, obviously, is to look out for something like these two we just talked about. If something has a paper version and a Holo version, and it looks kind of applicable, so you can maybe make a 4x craft, and that's something I always talk about. If a sticker is craftable, where you can actually put 4 of these stickers on a weapon for a relatively cheap price at the time, that's low in supply, that's most likely going to be a really good sticker to buy in and of course invest in. Another big thing for future operations is to buy in a little later on into the operation. If you miss out on 20-30 cents you could have saved on a per sticker, for an example, that you're going to be investing in later on, so be it. At least you know the number of stickers you're going to be buying into, and of course will be on the market at the exact same time. And with there being so many, most likely there will be next time in the next operation, because Riptide was pretty successful, you're going to be able to diverse your portfolio quite a bit. And of course, with the Riptide Surf Shop collection, kind of going back to the things we were talking about earlier, there were so many stickers in this operation. A lot of these have really low quantities on them specifically. And with the low quantities, well, that means a high price, but it doesn't always mean that specifically. These stickers that are really expensive don't always sell very well. It might take a couple days to sell per unit. You never really know. Some notable ones are, of course, the Doppler Poison Frogs, and the frogs specifically, the foil versions. These Surf Ks weren't too bad, but they weren't great compared to some of the other stickers in this operation. And of course, the Tier 6 Holos. These were probably by far the most popular, I would say, out of this entire operation, and that's what I want to get to now. Now, before we get to the Tier 6 stickers, let's quickly go over the Poison Frog Foil. There are 17 of them on the market for $11.46. As you can see, they don't really sell all too fast and all too well. Kind of going back to the point where if you were to buy up all these, you can't really list them at whatever price you want. People just simply won't pay for them at that price. Or at least you won't be able to sell them at that price all at once. And you're able to buy these things for around $1.30. And also another great example of not buying in early. This is actually saving you money. When at the beginning, these were relatively pretty expensive at almost $4, $3.82. Then they were $1.70 for a very long time. And then they eventually shot up to $11. And here we are today. And the other Poison Frog stickers, it's kind of the same situation with a low quantity. They don't sell all too well. So that's just something to note right there. Now, of course, the Miami Tier 6 sticker. This is something I bought in very early on and is not very invested in, or at least people don't have a lot of them on the Steam market at this point in time. At 31 on the market at $11.50. I was one to sell a few of mine back when this operation actually ended. They eventually shot up to, I believe, $8. That's when I sold a lot of mine because I saw, with previous operations with the Battle-Scarred Holo reaching $7.50 a month after the operation ended. It's been very close, but hasn't reached that peak really ever again. And I kind of thought the same thing was going to be with this. But of course, the quantity, and that's where I was wrong, because there were so many stickers, people didn't buy a lot of this one specifically, and same goes with every sticker individually. And a lot, of course, have been put on weapons, which is actually a pretty good thing for people who want to buy these in the future. Now, these started off at $3.05, and then kind of waiting on is actually a really good thing because you see it once again with previous operation stickers like in Riptide. They start off extremely high, then drop down in price because they're on box like crazy. They drop from $7 all the way to $3 and $2.50. And right now they're sitting on almost $12 in the Steam market. Now these specifically, I would not buy in whatsoever. You've missed that boat. Now if you want to craft on them and you want to buy these for crafts specifically, that's a whole completely different story. Go for it. But I would definitely just wait till the next operation, or at least a price dip with really any individual stickers that we see on the market right now. Mainly from Operation Riptide, I would wait because they are so low in quantity. When the market goes down a lot more, there might be a little more volatile than something like the Battle-Scarred Paper and Battle-Scarred Holo because there's a lot more of those in the market. They might not fall all too much. Now, overall, Operation Riptide deemed to be a lot more successful than Operation Broken Fang. There was a few reasons and few indicators playing into those, of course. I would say the biggest one was the quantity difference in, of course, how many stickers we got in Riptide versus Broken Fang. Broken Fang, we got a decent amount of stickers, but not nearly as much as Riptide. Riptide, we also got a lot better looking stickers, which is a huge argument as well, which caused people to go into different stickers. Now, I know I didn't cover all of them in Operation Broken Fang either with Shattered Web. There were just so many for me to talk about. I just wanted to pick the main ones I bought into, and of course, most people thought were fan favorites during that time. Now, of course, there are pros and cons to buying into them right now. For both operations, I would say there's a lot more cons to pros. People may say with the low quantity on Operation Riptide, it might be pretty good now. But of course, once we get another operation, or we see a huge price crash really soon, because the market crash will inevitably happen at this point, you might get burned on that quite a bit, and you might end up holding for a couple years just to make some of your money back. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think Riptide or Broken Fang was more successful? I think personally, Riptide was, just because there were more options that deemed people to go into different things, and then we ended up with a smaller quantity, therefore pulling the price up quite a bit. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.